Every superhero has a moment that changes everything. For Spider-Man, it wasn't getting bitten by a radioactive spider. It wasn't even Uncle Ben's death. No, the moment that defined Spider-Man forever was the night Gwen Stacy died. And this wasn't just Peter Parker's tragedy. It was the end of an era in comics. By the early 1970s, the Silver Age of comics was still going, but cracks were beginning to show. Superheroes were bright, colorful, and even in their darkest moments, the good guys always pulled through. Characters didn't stay dead, romances were safe, and readers could count on a happy ending. Gwen Stacy, Peter Parker's girlfriend, was the perfect example of that innocence. Beautiful, dependable, and completely removed from the chaos of Spider-Man's life. Or at least that's what readers thought. In Amazing Spider-Man number 121, written by Jerry Conway and drawn by Gil Kane, Norman Osborn makes his return as the Green Goblin. And this time, it's personal. He kidnaps Gwen Stacy and takes her to the George Washington Bridge. Spider-Man arrives, but before he can act, the Goblin knocks Gwen from the bridge. Peter fires a web, catches her ankle and pulls her back, only to realize the whiplash of the fall snapped her neck. One panel, one sound effect. Snap. And just like that, Gwen Stacy was dead. The aftermath was brutal. Spider-Man blamed himself, thinking his webbing killed her. The Goblin taunted him, and in the very next issue, Peter nearly crossed a line that he never had before, but fate had other ideas and took Norman Osborn off the board. For readers, it was shocking. Superheroes didn't lose like this. Girlfriends weren't supposed to die. This wasn't just a twist, it was a betrayal of everything readers thought they knew about comics. Looking back, Gwen's death is widely seen as the end of the Silver Age. From that point forward, comics embraced darker, more realistic storytelling. Heroes failed, loss became permanent. Stories like the Dark Phoenix Saga, Watchmen, and The Dark Knight Returns all live in the shadow of Gwen Stacy's death. It was the night Spider-Man grew up, and in a way, for good or ill, so did comics. So when people say Gwen Stacy's death is one of the most important stories in comics, they're not just talking about Spider-Man. They're talking about a turning point for the entire medium, one that changed how we see heroes, villains, and the cost of being human.